Hello and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game, but will be doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's introduce our cast. I should say that Boya's son is unavailable this week. He normally plays the Warlock Bug, who has a companion named Boxy, who is a sentient box that travels with him. Priscilla is going to be playing him for the evening. But Priscilla, introduce who you're usually playing and will be playing in addition to helping out with Bug.
Aside from Bugbear, the 12-year-old warlock Bugbear. Oh, I guess his name is Bug, but maybe the last name is Bear. I play Isburiel, who is a half-elf bard at 17 years old.
And Caitlin, who you'll be playing tonight.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'll be playing Zip. She is a drow fighter and she's 16 years old.
And Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'll be playing Swell, a 15-year-old Water Ganassi cleric of the Tempest god Sunda.
And I'm your Dungeon Master, Brian. I'm currently running the party's NPC companion, Sutran, a magically animated severed hand of a spellcaster from decades ago, who is searching for her other hand so she can magic herself back a body. Last week, you were sailing aboard a sloop called Money on your way to Bright Palm for the next stage of your quest. On a foggy day, Swell spotted some flotsam not far from the boat. You ran alongside and investigated the wreckage, retrieving several barrels of fine rum and a watertight sealed trunk full of fancy fabric. The goods are believed to have come from Velric Elderroot's pirate-stricken vessel, Velric being a castaway that you had brought on board a few days previously. You drank and sang and partied through the night, but found a dead calm the next day. The boat, too big for oars, was stuck. Swell used water-based cantrips to propel the boat slowly out of the windless zone, and you were back sailing before sunset. But as the sky was beginning to darken, the crew spotted a galleon being attacked by pirates on the horizon. You decided to try and help out the elves on the galleon and kill the pirates. But as you drew closer, you realized they weren't ordinary pirates, but sun vampires, skin deeply tanned, wrinkled, and spotty. Undeterred, Money came alongside the pirate vessel, where some of you leapt aboard to make your way to the battle on the galleon, while others stayed back to throw fire at the ship, planning to give the vampires no place to retreat to. Elderroot showed why he was dubbed Golden Bear Knuckles by the boat as he turned into a Kodiak and started to attack vampires. A heroic elf fighter on the galleon is also doing a good job fighting back vampires, but she has a more powerful counterpart on the other side of the boat, an undead leader who rallied troops and slew mercenaries even more adeptly than her. Swell channeled Sunder's divine essence to turn the undead on the ship, sending 3 of them jumping overboard, and then joined the battle with Warhammer and shield. Soaking Wet Isburiel tried sassing the lead vampire to as little success as he had tried to leap safely onto the boat. Zip Donkey Konged a barrel of rum onto the vampire ship, and the rest of the Money's crew lit it on fire. But another vampire leapt onto their sloop and battles with Zip and Bug, with the rest of the non-hardened crew helping out how they can. Will the heroes be able to defeat the pirates, or will the tides turn against them? Find out in this episode of Magical Marker. So we're picking up at the beginning of the initiative round, where Swell, you're going to be going first, followed by Isburiel. But so the people who are going last in the initiative order is the crew, and I forgot to mention something one of the crew members did last round, and that is Zerb, who is the dragonfly. I'll throw up the picture of the crew again. He's the dragonfly character there, who is the ship's navigator. He has been flying, cutting sails in the first round, and he cuts some more sails, and then he flies over to Isburiel, taps Isburiel on the shoulder, points below deck, and flies below deck. It's now Swell's turn. Swell, you are, if we look on the map, we can see that you are across from a vampire with 2 the X's representing other mercenaries who are beleaguered and tired from this battle. But you had done some damage to it, and I should say it's like radiating heat in the way that some undead radiate cold. This one just, you can feel like the heat. It's like there being when you open up the oven and like that wave of heat comes out, you're feeling like that kind of uncomfortable warmth coming off of this undead.
Okay. Okay. So he's leathery and he's hot. Okay. What can I do? So hold on. Let me see where I am in relation to. Okay. I'm kind of near two of them. But I've got a few near me as well, like a few good guys near me as well.
Yep.
Stance on talking in combat.
Sorry, what was that?
What's your stance on talking in combat?
As long as it isn't like, a monologue, if you want to yell out like attack or get the one in the red, go for it.
Just
Like would you rather have us do that on our turn, or like can anyone kind of shout out like one or two things?
I think that you can do it in response to something like Eastburial was tapped on the shoulder by Zerb. So if you wanted to say, got it, or everyone below decks, or something like that in response to that. But if you just wanted to yell out like, I need a healing potion, save that for your turn. Or I guess you could do it during somebody's turn, like to let them know, like, come over here or something. But yeah, like if you have a good reason to interrupt a turn, go for it.
Okay. In that case, I think I'm just gonna try and hit this guy. That's right, I'm right next to.
All right.
So I'll use my Warhammer. Try and hit him. Okay, so it's natural 19 for a total of 24.
That's going to be a hit.
Okay, and then 1d8, so that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. So again, it doesn't do as much damage as you had hoped, but it is taking some damage.
That's good, at least.
Anything else you want to do on your turn? A bonus action or a move?
No. I'm good. Unless I can just like kind of like hit him with my shield or something like that, which won't really do anything, but
For flavor?
yeah. I just try to like push him back with my shield.
All right. You're keeping him away from your neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Like in terms of gameplay, I'm trying to do.
All right. So the next is Eastburial.
Okay. I'm going to bound back from the prow of the ship where I am now toward that open hatch. I want to
I would
ready in action.
Well, before you're ready in action, I want you to do a perception check.
Okay. 18.
18. So the screaming you heard last turn when you had been down in that area, you can now hear it's becoming, even more fever pitched, and you make out, somebody saying something like, "We're gonna die! Ah, help us!"
Is it coming from below decks?
Yes.
Where the okay. I am going to wave my rapier, which is probably still out, toward the others and say, or toward the others on the vampire or on the ship that's been attacked.
The galleon.
And say, and say, retreat to our ship. We can get away. That was a different character voice.
It's okay. Mine jump around all the time too.
Retreat to our ship. We can get away if we, with their ship gone. And then I can't get out of her voice, damn it. Okay, and then I'm gonna run towards that, which I don't appear to have control of the layer that has my little Y on it anymore.
Oh no.
And gonna look down, see what I can see. I'll hop down into there.
Okay. Give me another perception check this time for your eyes instead of your ears.
That was a 10.
10. It is a lot of smoke coming from down there. What you can really see is that there's wood and chains, and there's some figures down there, but the smoke's gotten so heavy and the fire on the surface of the deck is so bright that it's hard to make out what's down there.
For my bonus action, then, can I tell my unseen servant to go down into there with me and to start unlocking, or I guess they probably can't unlock chains, but try to open any doors that they've come across?
Okay. Got it. You didn't actually do an action. You just did yelling. Is there something you wanted to do?
That's true.
Those were passive observation checks I was giving you.
I will then. I think I might be within. Right. How close am I to the vampire that was on our ship? On the magic, not the magic, the money.
Okay, so 15, 20, like 20, 25 feet.
Okay. And then I am going to look at at that one, and say, "You really need to invest in some moisturizer." And he needs to make a wisdom 13 save.
All right, he fails.
So he is wounded through the heart by the observation, takes 3 psychic damage, and has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Right. That ends
Before
your...
I guess, jump down into the thing. Actually, no, yeah, that's probably at the limit of my movement. Never mind.
Okay. Then it is Golden Bear Knuckles' turn. Actually, no, that's Bug.
Okay.
Bug is relatively close, but not within melee of the vampire that's down there.
Mhm.
I believe it was in melee with Zip.
Yeah.
And he had stayed back an extra, few feet.
He is going to kind of shrug his shoulders for a second and make a harsh, guttural phrase and gesture, and over his body, and panes of ice, frost start to form out of the coalesce out of the air, forming an oddly cooling sensation in the midst of all this fire, and plates of ice start to form over his body.
All right. And there's little snowflake-like reflection stars throughout that give it an extra sparkle.
So he has 10 temporary hit points, which I cannot actually modify his character sheet, but we'll
Okay.
try to put that somewhere. And I think that's all he can do at the moment. He will probably actually move within 10 feet of this guy.
He is within 10 feet of the vampire on the boat.
Yep.
He can feel the heat starting to trickle the ice. Water starting to run down. Up next, it's the vampire's turn. So there's one by Zip. Swell. What's your armor class, Swell?
It's 18 right now with my shield out.
So grabs with one claw and just because you're holding the shield out like this,
Yeah.
and you're pushing him away, and he pushes the shield down and pulls you over and the claws sink into your sort of neck area here for 2d4. Eight damage.
Okay. Can you make a dex saving throw for me, please?
Certainly. 18.
Okay, never mind. Oh, it's half damage on a success. There you go.
Okay. What is it?
Give me a sec. As he bites me, just the crackle of lightning just like hits him, but I guess he dodges most of it. So it's 11, which halves down to 5 or 6. I don't know which.
I always round down, whether it's for you or for them.
Okay. I'm guessing that's magical. Or maybe it's
Yep.
not. It's lightning
Yeah,
damage anyway. Lightning or thunder. I'm going to say lightning because it's cooler.
All right. So that was from the claw, and then uses that, like, they grappled you, clawed you, and then bite you. So that is another 8 piercing damage
Oh, I'm dead.
and 4 more necrotic damage.
So is that automatic failure on my death
So no,
saves?
it's all part of one attack.
Okay.
But it doesn't. I'm rolling because that's not going to go over your hit point maximum.
Okay.
So it's not going to kill you. And your hit point maximum is reduced by that amount. So if you get brought up, you're down that amount.
Sorry, I can't change that at the moment. How much was it?
I forgot. I'll reroll.
Was it the necrotic? Because I think that was 4.
Yeah. Okay. So the necrotic damage, yeah, your hit point maximum will be lower than that. Okay, so that's that vampire. The one that's fighting Zip. Zip, what's your armor class?
18.
That was just
Actually, you know what? Sorry, Swell. The bite does not work. I read it wrong. I thought it was 2 attacks and a bite, or 2 claws and a bite. It's claw, or like you either 2 claws or a claw and a bite. So it was 2 claws, 1 to claw you, and 1 to. So you're grappled, and the claw was in there. So it can do a bite next turn. If you're
Oh,
still
so
grappled.
I'm still up?
You're still up.
Okay, I don't know how to get out of this, so I think I
You got a turn to figure it out.
I think I had 5 hit points left, so...
Okay. So the one grabs Zip with a claw and then goes in for the bite. So the claw was just to grapple you, and then the second attack is the actual attack. But Zip is zipping from side to side and not letting that bite get in you, and like the teeth go into like the chain shirt, and you don't actually take any damage from its attack.
Was that first claw attack done with disadvantage?
It was. I can
Because
take.
of the vicious mockery.
Still hits, yes.
Despite being viciously mocked, he's still somehow able to attack.
Yeah, he was shook, but maybe that's why he failed with the bite. So then I'm going to do the ones on the rest of the boat that are on fire. Or the boat is not on fire. The ones that are on that galleon that's not on fire. Okay. There doesn't appear to be much success from the vampires that are fighting the other foes or your other allies. Even the one that's fighting at the last human on the prow of the boat is unable to finish that one off. So after that, it's Golden Bear Knuckles, and Zip, you're going to be after Golden Bear. Golden Bear. All right. Golden Bear kills the one in front of him. He just like takes it and just snaps it into two with
That's
its
good.
claws.
He was having a hard time hitting last week, so glad he. And no one on the ship, our ship, has seen this yet, have they?
That's right. I mean, maybe East Boreal has seen it, and maybe the Dragonfly. I don't think I own the layer with the vampires this week. Whoever's on the layer number 24, if you can leave that layer.
I just kicked them off.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the one with the vampires. Yes. Okay, that one's gone. Okay. Now it's Zip's turn.
Okay, since I'm not having much luck fighting this guy, I think I'm going to try and push him off the ship. Or maybe throw him if I can.
Okay. He stopped regenerating when he got hit with fire. Just to let you know that.
Okay. Can I still push him off the ship?
Yeah, absolutely. So, give me a. First of all, he's grappled you, so you got to break the grapple, in order to be able to move him, or maybe you're just going to try and kick him off you.
Yeah, if I could kick him off me, and then kick him off the ship.
You know what? I don't honestly know the Dungeons and Dragons rules for a lot of this unarmed fighting stuff, so I'm just going to say, give me.
Maybe I could like wrestle move him. Like if he's got me pinned, I could kind of do that thing where you like, you know what I mean?
Let's do
Suplex.
Suplex.
We're going to do some opposed strength here, so let's do some opposed athletics checks.
Okay.
And then
well, I rolled a nat 20.
Well, I rolled a 4, so we're going to say that you suplex and then kick in the air and kick him off the boat. He thuds into
and
the
then
side.
just do a backflip for the hell of it.
Well, I need an acrobatics check for that to see how you stick the landing.
All right.
You kick him into the side of the on fire boat, and then he slides down the side into the water with a splash.
It's like a Black Widow move where you like kind of get up, wrap your legs around him, and then like flip him over.
Yeah. I turned the grapple on his head.
Yeah.
Great. And I got a 14 for my acrobatics check.
You land it pretty smoothly. It's pretty smooth.
I land it and I do that superhero
Obviously.
thing and I go,
Yeah.
The crew goes, woo! Yeah! Zip! I think even Bug goes, that was pretty cool.
it was pretty cool. Thank you, Bug.
I hope that he melts in the water. I don't know. And then the rest of the...
Climb back up the side of the ship.
It's the crew's turn, and they had just been readying to help. So there's nobody to whip flaming bottles at or give healing potions to or things like that. So they do not do anything that you notice this turn. But I am going to roll for the mercenaries on the boat now to see how many are left here.
Are there any? Is there any reaction to them from Isburiel saying, "Hey, withdraw"?
The ones closest to Swell, you hear them say, "Should we follow you, or we can turn the tide of this battle, surely? That thing's a bear, man."
That was to me as well.
Yeah, because they want sort of confirmation whether they should be retreating or not. The guy who is on the prow is going to do a full disengage and is going to go over here and start flanking with Swell.
Heave to me, beauty.
So he's getting closer to the planks, and this guy will move back. How that? No, he's not going to disengage. But then this guy over here really hits the vampire super well. The heroic elf, she spins her swords around and like she's making like hitting the vampire, and it's healing itself up, but it's taking more damage than it can heal. That puts us at the top of the round, which brings us back to Swell.
Okay.
Beast Boreal and Bug are on deck.
So I'm currently grappled. Memory serves.
Yes, which I think just means you can't move.
Okay.
So as long as you want to stay there, you can just keep fighting.
Listen, you should just suplex him off the boat.
You have advantage now because
quite
you're considered flanking. So you have advantage on your suplex.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's try a suplex. I'm gonna. If he's got me like kind of like grappled, I'm gonna try and turn it on him and flip him. Like if he's got hold of the shield in one of my arms, I'm just gonna like try and like flip him over onto his back.
All right. So let's do the same thing that we did before, which is some opposed strength athletics checks.
Okay.
But you can have advantage.
Advantage? Okay. First roll's an 18. Second
Well,
roll
this-
is a 16.
It's
18.
close. Because my best roll, my total is 16. So it is not easy. This thing is strong. It is, like, the arms are, like, thin and sinewy like mine. Like, they're not big, buff, strong wrestlers, but they're stronger than you think. And this one, you're trying to pick it up, and it's like, you get it up, and you bring it down and slam it on the deck of the ship. But I will, if you want to make an attack roll with it, I will allow you to try and attack, like have him land on one of their swords or something like that.
Oh, sure. That works. So do I roll my attack for that, or?
Yeah, regular attack.
So, okay. That's
Strength attack.
30. Well, I just rolled my Warhammer. I don't know if that matters at all, but it's a dirty 20. So natural
All right.
15 plus 5 stuff. Plus 5.
So you bring him down and like through the two other guys' swords who are trying to help you out, right? On either side. And this guy is like impaled by it. Still alive, but super injured.
Okay.
I'll roll up some quick damage for that. If you want to think about your bonus action, if there's something you want to do.
Well, my bonus action, there's not a lot I can do. Unless... Oh, you know what? I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Bonus action
Okay.
to do.
Great.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was a full action to cast.
Now, you must also describe what this spiritual weapon looks like.
I think it's a Warhammer, but like, as it's kind of like floating and moving around, it's just like crackles of like lightning will just like blow around it and through the air near it.
Can it look kind of like it's like a big storm cloud with a lightning bolt hammer? No?
I was thinking more like my Warhammer.
Yeah,
Spell's not that imaginative. He's probably just got something like that looks more or less like his, and then there's probably clouds around it, and then every now and again lightning will kind of crackle around it too. Very inspired by Thor Ragnarok with a lot of the imagery for Swell.
All right.
So let me just check. I don't know if that if I have to tell it to hit or if it does it automatically.
For the first attack, you just hit whatever is within melee range of the spell itself.
Okay.
And then subsequent rounds have to use your bonus action to tell it to attack.
Okay. Thank you. That's really cool to know.
Don't remember if you can only move or attack, or if you can do both and move and attack with it. But
As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5.
okay, so you can do both then.
So yeah. So when you cast the
Where
spell,
are you having
move
it? Where are you having it appear? The one you're fighting, or The one on the prow of the boat, like where?
Yeah, probably the one I'm fighting. So it'll be like just appear next to me, to my right, in that square. So it's like, yeah, just to the right of me. So it's kind of, it will be flanked by vampires, but they can't hurt it, so it's fine.
All right.
And then, yeah, it's gonna attack the one next to me. But that, what was it? It was a 1d8, I think. Oh, I have to make a spell, range spell attack, I see. Okay. It's a new class for me. Spell attack, +5. Oh, how do I can't even roll that by clicking on it. And that's annoying. I guess I just have to roll it and do math. Like a chump. That's a 13 to hit, which I don't think hits.
No. So you're doing too much in this round to concentrate on the warhammer and the suplex and landing it on the swords. It's just a little too much.
Okay. But that is my... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I can cast that... That's a second level spell, never mind. Okay, I understand how this spell works now. Thank you for being patient with me.
No problem. Let's...
Oh, I see,
that,
okay.
That puts it on to East Boreal's turn, and followed by Bug's turn.
Okay. Seeing that nobody is moving, Isabella mutters something very exasperated under his breath, and then focuses on the big vampire dude left alone. And his eyes flash golden for a second. And yeah, it should be within range. Oh, actually, no. He then says, "Look at all your men, they go down one by one. Even such children as we can defeat them." And going to do the unsettling words.
Okay. And
So
what sort of saving throw is that?
Oh, it's not a saving throw. It's just he just takes
Oh,
-5 on his next saving throw before the start of my next turn, and then that's my bonus action. For my action, he then starts. His voice drops down, and he starts to mutter something and makes a gesture. His eyes start to glow gold and flash for a second, and the vampire starts hearing this discordant, harsh yet beautiful melody inside of his head, and he has to make a Wisdom 13 save.
Okay. He hears the voice. "Ah, no, you do not get inside my head. I get inside yours." And he stares at you menacingly.
That's fine.
And then you have a move.
Did he roll an 18? Or did he have an 18?
Oh, sorry. He has a minus what to it?
He has a -5 to his save.
-5?
To his save roll. Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. You're right. Yeah, totally. I thought it was at disadvantage. Yeah, no, he fails.
Okay, cool. So then he takes. Oh, that was a terrible damage roll. 8 psychic damage, and then he has to
Nice.
move as far as he can, as far as the speed allows, away from me.
That's awesome.
As a reaction, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ah! Ugh! He runs and jumps over the edge of the boat.
And then I'm going to. I giggle and then take a deep breath and try to hold my, I guess one of my sleeves over my nose and jump down into the smoky pit of the hold.
All right, give me a perception check.
Uh, 6. It's very smoky.
It is very smoky. You don't see anything yet. You can hear the buzzing of wings and the calling out for help from people. Some not too far away.
Is there? Can I? Actually, it's the 6 is pretty bad. I'm gonna try and stumble toward whatever seems closest. If I run into do I run into anything?
Yeah, you bump into like there's right in front of you now, like you bump right into a person in the fog, and you see like their arms are up like this, and they look really gaunt and
Okay.
like sunk, like dark under their eyes, and they're elves. Is an elf that you see.
I think that's all my actions for this round, so we'll leave it at that. The next round, I'm going to start trying to unlock them.
All right, let's go to Bug.
So, seeing as there's no one left on this boat, do I have any line of sight to any of the vampires on the opposite ship?
You're so low that I don't think you do. Let me double check. No. If Bug wanted to climb up the mast or something, or try to jump over to the other fiery boat, then Bug might be able to.
Jump over to the other fiery boat, I guess.
All right.
It's like, I see swell.
Let's get it. An
Not very good.
acrobatics check to get over there.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have a roll physically. That is a 22.
All right. This nimble child runs and jumps just at the right moment to leap across and see East Boreal just duck into the smoky layer beneath the boat. And can feel as like, well, this doesn't feel so hot over here because like he's covered in ice.
Health.
He definitely
wants. No, sorry, go on.
He definitely has line of sight on the closest vampire that's been fighting one of the mercenaries. The other ones might be a little bit more difficult to hit.
Okay. He's probably gonna move as far across this bridge, like this rightmost bridge, as he can. And then we'll do an Elder's Blast. So that's a 17.
Okay. That's a hit.
Oh, it was a 10. And
damage.
force damage.
All right.
And I think that is all for him.
Hey. And then it's going to be the vampire's turn. Okay. So, Zip, the vampire comes up the side of the boat. Scrambles up again, dripping wet. And then comes close to you. Doesn't have attacks because it used its full movement to swim over and get up, but is like getting up close to you again. It's like, you can't get rid of me that quickly, that easily. See the one fighting the hero, not doing well. The one fighting the mercenary, not doing so well. Swell, you see the one that you just impaled on two swords just start to heal some of its wounds. And he has it out for you now because you just did him in pretty badly. So he's going to reach up with his claws and claw you. What's your armor class now?
It's 18. But he's not like impaled on the swords or anything. Like
he is, but like that's not stopping him. He's undead. This is flavor, right?
Okay.
So this guy is like, upside down on the, and just reaches up and like springs up at you and just grabs you with both sides of its claws and like just sinks them into the sides of your cheeks.
And this guy's rolling really well. I think every single time he's attacked me, he's hit. Crazy.
Yeah, I rolled a 15 and an 18 this turn. And the rolling against the hero, I rolled like a 2 and a 6. Okay. So I am.
Well, I'm down no matter what damage I take, but Is it if he does more than 15 points of damage, I'm dead. Is it?
Well, let me roll that.
I've got 5 left, and then is it half my max hit points?
It's all of your hit points.
Okay, so he has to do 26 points of damage, which is plausible. The way these guys roll.
I think it has to. I want to say it has to be in one hit, not just in like total.
Right.
But I'm not totally sure about that. Let me double check.
So what's the first hit?
So the first one's
damage?
5 damage.
Okay, I'm dead.
Okay, and then 1 failed death save.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do the failed death save. He's not interested. He's interested in dropping as many of you as possible. So the second attack is going to go on one of the guys that impaled him. He's going to take the next one.
I don't think that my spiritual weapon is a concentration, but does it? I'm guessing it drops.
If it's concentration, it drops. If it's not concentration, it's not dropped. It just doesn't do anything unless it's told what to do.
I don't believe spiritual weapon is concentration.
It's not, so it stays up.
Oh.
Yep. So if you regain consciousness, you'll be able to still use it.
Okay. So I mean, the last command I gave it was to attack that guy. Does it just keep attacking then, or is it kind of like I have to tell it to attack each time?
I think you have to instruct it each round.
Okay.
The upside is, do you have a potion of healing swell?
I do. It would be
All
my
right.
bandolier.
Give yourself a potion of healing because Sutran, who you have not seen through this whole battle because she's been running around very, like, trying to help people without them noticing, waiting to be useful, is taking the potion out of your belt and giving it to you.
Okay. Cool.
Golden
3
Bear.
points total.
How many?
3.
Well, you're still up.
Not for long.
Okay, Golden Bear Knuckles sees you're having some trouble and comes over and decides to try wailing on this guy. And it's like, I'll finish him off. And just takes him and goes, boom, 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 and just like slams him on the deck with the sword still impaled in him multiple times, just like ragdolling him. And this thing is not moving anymore.
Nice.
And then it's Zip's turn.
Alright, well, Zip's pretty pissed that this guy came back, so she's gonna try to set him on fire. Are there any more of the Molotov cocktails lying around?
So your entire crew has them like sort of at the ready, and there's still that like fire thing, like, you know, the where you can light one and whip it.
Alright, I would like to light it and then like kind of glass him with it. So I'm not really throwing it, I'm like hitting him with it.
Sure. Roll to hit.
Is it just a straight like
You don't have your proficiency bonus on it because you're not used to fighting with bottles.
oh, I failed it.
Okay. So you take a swipe with the bottle, and this pirate has, you know, fought people with bottles enough times in bar rooms that he's used to bottle fighting and dodges out of the way. You were handed one of the bottles, like you're looking around, you're like, bottle, and just the tiefling cook just handed it to you, and you took it over and ran over and just tried to smack it. You just got out of the way. The crew is like, light him up, they ask.
Light him up!
3 bottles. And
then Zip's gonna say, you should have stayed in the ocean!
unfortunately, only one of them hit. The other 2 are now set the boat on fire.
That's okay. We have people over here who can put the fire out.
They set their own boat on fire.
Trying to fight a vampire. They're not good at. We can say, okay, one of them hit the boat, and the other one, it was a bad roll, and the other one just flew over the side and is like in the water. Message in a bottle for somebody later. Message is kaboom. But water will put it out.
So is he on fire then?
He's not on fire. But he there's fire licks across him and sort of goes out. I mean, I guess yeah, he's not. Maybe he would be on fire now.
Maybe his hair is on fire.
He's on fire. That's more interesting for him to be on fire. He's on fire. Okay. That puts us at Swell.
Oh, back to me?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm still down. I mean, I healed up, but I'm down still, I guess.
You should be up if you got any healing.
I'm prone, I suppose.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. When I meant prone, not down. I guess I'll stand up. Use half my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I too close to cast Sacred Flame at this guy?
I don't know. It's to be ranged, you need to be 5 feet away from him, right?
They roll a dexterity saving throw, so I'm not rolling to hit.
Yeah, no, you can totally hit the guy that you were just fighting is down.
Oh, okay.
So there's the one that's another 5 feet away from you. Or
Okay, so I'm not in base to base with that guy. Okay,
No.
so
you're in face to intestines.
no, the one that's right next to me is gone.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's another one that's 10 feet away from me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'll cast Sacred Flame at him.
Okay.
13.
It's the save.
Cool.
But you have a bonus action to use your Warhammer to move it over and attack him with.
It's right next to him. It's within 5 feet, so it's going to make an attack roll. Spiritual weapon. 5 to hit. It's an 8. Cool. Fun. Turn over.
Right. Warhammer is swinging around. Maybe it's just because you just got up that you're just off your game. But yeah, you're swinging around. Priscilla, you're up with the characters you're playing today.
Okay. Espadrille is basically just going to be trying to unlock these people as fast as he can. I don't know how fast that actually is, all things considered.
All right. So give me a dexterity check with your proficiency bonus on it.
So that's 12.
All right. It is difficult to pick these in the smoky environment. You're having a hard time making headway with this. So you do not pick this lock. However, what you do see is in the mist or in the fog, you're seeing some other swirling shapes. And you can see that there are some other invisible figures running around to the locks down here.
There are other invisible people in the area, or there's
invisible small figures.
Okay. I blink for a second, eyes streaming from the smoke, and say, "Open these locks! All the locked up people. Get them open. And harass them out of here if you have to."
We're trying.
And and I will also say, and see if you can find a key. Maybe there's a chest or a table or something like that nearby. And I am actually going to look around and see if I can see anything like that myself.
All right, give me a perception check.
22.
22. You don't see a key, but you do see a lever that will activate. Like they seem to be chained to the wall and then chained as well. The lever might activate to unlock the thing so that they're not locked to the wall anymore. So even though their hands and legs might be bound, they could, shimmy their way away.
And then I am going to say, Remy, pull that lever! It's my unseen
All right, Remy pulls the
my
lever.
bonus action.
It's pretty heavy, but it's able to do it.
And so it looks like the people just kind of drop, or at least even if they're chained together, they're still.
They're like able to sort of. You see some staggering forms in the smoke-filled area. You can tell that there's yelling and screaming coming from the other side too. So you think you might have to do it on the other side.
Okay. I will say, go get out of here. There's a ship. Get to the smaller ship. With the amazing painted sail. And then I'll start to make my way down to the other side of the hold.
All right, and Bug.
Bug will continue to move closer. He'll cross this plank. And he's actually gonna try. Do they have the distance to flank this vampire that this one guy is?
I haven't really been. Let's see.
Like over here.
If he jumped from there, it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20. No, he'd just be able to get up and attack. He'd just be in the square underneath the X.
Okay. In that case, then he is going to get over to here. I think. Can he still shoot this vampire that has been attacking Swell?
That's been attacking who?
Swell.
Swell, that one's down.
Oh, it's down. Okay.
Yeah. There are 2 vampires left on this boat.
Okay. Then I'll get over to here and Ryan's actually gonna stand a little bit out of range and use his magical potato hammer, potato mace, and bring it down on this one. Which is a 16 plus 5. Oh, sorry, plus 4. So that's a dirty 20.
That's a hit.
Yep, try some hits. Yep. So 4 plus 2. Magical bludgeoning. As this is path weapon.
All right. All right. It takes its damage from its potato. Does not seem to be allergic to the potato, taking extra allergy damage, but it's injured. Next is going to be the vampire's turn. So the one's on fire, facing Zip. Rushes forward. I roll a 9 and an 8. Even with the bonus, isn't going to... Wait, what's your AC?
18.
Yeah, no, it's not going to hit. And the one fighting near Bug and Swell is not able to do anything. And the other one that was fighting the hero decides to make a full round disengage and jumps off the boat. So there's the one on the sloop and one left on the galleon, and that's it. For some reason I can't erase figures. I'll draw over top of them. Maybe that will be better. Anyways, that ends the vampire's turn. It is now golden bare knuckles. He's going to go over and flank, get advantage. And he...
Says, whoa. As the bear comes up.
Pardon?
Bug says, whoa, as the bear comes up. I don't think he's seeing this.
Rushes over and claws him. And... almost finishes him off. This guy doesn't have a lot left. Just rakes through him. And then it's going to be Zip's turn.
Okay, so this guy's on fire, but he's still trying to attack me. So I think what I'm going to try to do is light my sword on fire and then hit him with a flaming sword.
Okay.
Yeah. Molotov cocktail onto the sword, and then flaming sword attack.
Is this something that Zip has ever done before?
No.
Alright,
But logically, in her brain, it's like, he doesn't like fire, and also swords.
I'm going to ask for some sort of check to see how that goes. What do you think? Acrobatics check? Just a dexterity check? Sleight of hand?
Any of the above.
You pick what you want.
Maybe an acrobatics check.
All right.
I got a 10.
10. All right. So it doesn't like crash on the boat and set the boat on fire, but your sword is like a little bit on fire. It's not super on fire.
Does it look cool though?
It doesn't look as cool as it did in your head.
Alright, well, slightly disappointed. I will attack this vampire guy. Oh, but I got a nat 20 on that.
Nice.
Fired by a disappointment.
And that's 12 damage.
You just fall back to what you know, hitting really hard.
Yeah.
Does it know that you roll the nat 20 when you attack?
I think so. It says crit.
Okay. So that damage is like double your dice damage.
I mean, I didn't roll super great on that damage attack roll.
Did you roll double dice?
Yep. But neither of them were super high.
The rest of the crew works on putting out the fire on the ship. And then the hero aboard the ship, the Elven warrior, moves over to the battle that's going on with the one vampire that's left and doesn't have an attack, but is now over at that end. And that's going to... Eastborough, you can hear the little beating of dragonfly wings zipping around, and you can hear, the way that you came down, there's like a ladder that can be, you can go up and down the ladder, but the guy has rushed over and put like a wooden, like a plank, basically, so that people have a ramp to get up, so they don't have to climb up, and is trying to help people up through there. He's trying to escort them up the ramp.
Slap him on the shoulder and go, well done, my man.
He gives you a hand gesture back that you've probably seen a couple of times before. You think means hi or good. You can't remember which one. And then it's going to be Swell's turn again.
Okay. So how many vampires are left on board the ship?
One.
Just one?
That's correct.
Can I... Yeah, try to Sacred Flame that one again?
Go for it.
So, DC 13. Dexterity save. It fails?
Yep, I fit 12.
Okay.
So it was pretty close.
Okay, so 1d8 radiant. It's 3 radiant damage.
All right, but it's good because it doesn't heal. Do you want to use your bonus action to hammer him?
Yeah. My spiritual weapon will make an attack roll. Oh my god, only 12. I don't like the dice on D&D Beyond. I'm going to say it. It's not good. They don't.
I know it's been working out for me pretty well tonight.
They just it's not good. I'd rather roll actual dice, I think.
Go for it.
Oh, go for it. You have dice right next to you.
No, they're over there on the table behind me.
You fool.
Yeah.
Well, your turn is over. You can put the headphones down and run over and get them.
I could. Yeah, I can't move, so yeah, I'll stay put.
All right. East Boreals and Bug's turn are up next.
You're not still grappled, right?
Me?
No.
Oh. It's a different vampire.
Okay. I was just wondering about the can't move.
Oh no, I mean, there's no reason for me to move. I think I'm out of base to base with it. But there's no, yeah. I think I would just
I
like.
was wondering if I missed something.
No. I could move. I don't want to. It's probably the better way to describe it. So sorry about that. No.
Isboreal's going to see if he can find the other lever.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, and actually give me a Constitution saving throw this turn too,
Okay.
because the smoke in here is getting pretty thick.
Investigation is a 7. He's also going to yell at the sprites in the air. Find another lever and pull it. He's going to use his bonus action to also instruct me to do the same. Hopefully, hoping that maybe one of them can see it if he can't. And my Constitution save is 3.
All right, you're going to take 1 point of smoke inhalation damage.
This is Wilson's trying to smoke that hookah.
You are unable to find the lever with that roll. It's not where you thought it would be, directly opposite it. It is not a mirror. The boat is laid out a little bit differently, opposite sides.
I moved in far enough to at least find the other prisoners?
Yeah, the ones on the other side, yeah, some of them are there. You can see that there's another large batch.
Okay.
You think there's probably like a dozen people here?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more.
I think that is all I can do at the moment. So, for Bug, he is going to move to flank this vampire, this last remaining vampire,
Okay.
and will hit it. Glee with his potato hammer. 15 plus 17.
15. That's a hit.
And then a D8 plus 2. That was a 10 bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning.
All right. Bug finishes off the final vampire on that ship.
He takes it with both hands and just like, and potato leaves, like potato seed eyes leave a little imprint on the vampire's face.
Very nice. Imagine there's no bonus action that he wants to do. It would be relevant right now.
No.
All right. And then we're going to go to the vampire's turn. So there's one on a boat who is grumpy and is going to attack. Is it? What's your arm class? 18, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one hit. So with a claw, it is 11 damage.
So does one attack miss then?
Yes, one attack missed.
Okay, I keep forgetting to use this, but I'm gonna use my superiority dice and do my riposte so that I can melee attack him
Okay.
as a reaction. I only got 11.
And that is a miss, unfortunately. And then you take 11 damage.
Damage taken.
That's going to end the vampire's turn. Then we're going to go on to Golden Bear Knuckles, who is going to rush to the sides of the boat and start looking over the edges. See what he can see. And then Zip's turn.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just keep wailing on this guy. Who knows? Maybe he'll go down this time. I got a 15.
15. All right, that's a hit.
4 damage. That's gotta do it this time. No.
Firstly, it's still up. Anything for a bonus action?
No. That's it.
You can't attack twice here, can you? It's not until later.
Only like once per short rest.
All right. Let's switch over to Swell.
Turn again. Okay. So how many are left on board?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna have one attack. One of the crewmates is attacking the guy with fire and hits for another amount of fire damage. The other ones are still trying to put out the fire, but Elrith himself is throwing fire at the remaining one on Zip. Sorry.
Okay, so how many vampires can I see on board this ship?
0.
0? Okay. Can I see any on the other ships, or is there too much smoke and flame? Like,
There's too much smoke and flame for you to be able to see what's going on.
okay, and the main vampires run away.
As far as you know, yep.
Okay, then I'll kind of look around at everyone and say, perhaps we can put. Wait, hold on. Wrong voice as well. Different swashbuckling character. Perhaps we can put the flames out on the boat, and I'll run across the plank and see if I can 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can get across to the pirate's ship, and then I'm going to cast. Can I cast Create? Oh wait. Yeah, I was going to cast Create Water. I can create up to 10 gallons of clean water. It says in an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flame in the area. So I'm going to do that. And try to put out the fire in a 30-foot cube.
Is this a cantrip for you?
It is not. It is first level. Action.
So you can get about half of the flames
Okay.
on the first level. Fire is spread below deck, though.
Okay, so there's still water downstairs, or it's still water on top as well.
I mean, there's still fire below deck, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So you're raining it down, and you can put out about half of the fire on the, or most of the fire on this deck.
Okay.
And some water will put out some of the fire downstairs as it drips down through, right? but it's not like it's being put. It's not quite as effective on the lower level.
Okay. So yeah, at least the fire up here is out, I guess.
I said like a good chunk of it is, but there's still more because it's spread pretty far. There's a whole barrel slick full of alcohol went across the whole thing.
Okay.
East Boreal.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Try and find that other lever.
All right,
Did
give me
the sprites and my unseen servant yield anything?
the other people on the other side. They're helping them get out, so they're being led over. Your unseen servant didn't find it, but the sprites have been unlocking the other people and aiding them to get to the ramp and to find their way to the exit.
Does it mean there's nobody left locked up?
It looks like there's nobody. Well, I don't know. It's hard to see because it's all smoke. Give me a perception check.
A 14.
14. Doesn't look like there's anybody else on that side from what you had seen before. You think you've seen enough figures go past that side should be empty, but
Okay.
couldn't know for sure.
I see a little dribble of water and start pressing. But then I'm going to start rushing back up the steps. I will use my bonus to direct my unseen servant to help the people get up the ramp.
Okay.
Just like aiding them.
Did you want to do your investigation check this round to see if you can find the lever?
Well, there's nobody locked up, then.
Oh no, on your side. There's people locked up on the other side.
Oh, I mean, that's what I meant. I was moving toward that side.
So,
But,
okay.
yeah,
What was the check then?
Cancel all that. I did not
I think it was like,
do the investigation check because failure.
all right. You do not find the rest of you do not find the lever on this side.
In which case,
So-
I'm still.
Constitution saving throw?
That was a nat 20.
All right.
Nice.
So you're holding your breath this time. You're good. How about Bug?
Bug kind of takes a moment, looks around, realizes there's still a vampire on the ship that Zip is still battling with, and was like, "Oh no!" and starts to run over that way, holding out a hand, and a bolt shoots out of the tip of his mace, out of the potato from one of the eyes. Not great. 13.
That's with your Eldritch Blast, you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah. No. It strikes the boat and just, damages some of the planks on the deck a little bit.
Well, he gets a little bit closer, and I think that's about where he is.
It's going to be the vampire's turn, so that's another attack on Zip. I rolled 6 and a 1. That's not going to be effective.
Riposte!
Go for it. It does heal itself, though, on its turn.
12. And an 8. Oh, man.
No.
I wish this vampire would just go back into the ocean.
All right, Zip, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try and push him back overboard. I'm sick of this guy.
Hey, let's do some opposed strength checks then. Ooh.
Oh, 23.
Yeah, well, I rolled a nat 1.
I'm just gonna pick him up and be like, stay in there!
All right, you whip him into the water, and there's a big spray of water. Then we're gonna go to Swell. You're up on looking at the fiery deck of the ship.
I'm gonna
They're prisoners being led up by their dragonfly companion
Okay.
up out of the hold.
Is it possible for me to get downstairs, or is it too packed at the stairway?
You could find another way in. There's like a main sort of entryway, and then there's like the way they would drop the cargo in.
Okay.
You could go in the cargo way if you wanted to.
All right, I'll jump down there. Is it open, or do I have to open it?
It would have been closed, but I'm going to say that it had enough fire damage that it's fallen in.
Oh, okay. So maybe I can see that it's on fire, and I just like run over and then kind of like jump and like land my weight on it and like just crash through to the second level.
Very cool.
And
Take care when you jump, you big oaf!
East, where are you? What can I do? What can I?
Hopefully not under his feet.
So you're along the edge looking for the lever, and the hold would be in the middle, so you're pretty safe.
Okay. See if you can find a lever, maybe along the side, to release these other prisoners.
All right. Perception check or investigation?
You can do either.
Okay. Perception check to see if I can spot it. It's a 7. Okay. How much fire is down here?
The fire isn't burning as badly as it was upstairs, but it's like certainly a lot of smoke that's been trapped down here. The smoke seems the bigger worry in this floor.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have anywhere to escape to like it did upstairs.
Is it possible for me to use Create or Destroy Water again to try and
Yeah, absolutely.
put it out? Okay. So it is a first level spell, but I can use it at second level. And then I can do basically twice another 10 gallons of water essentially, so I think it just doubles it. So when you cast this using a spell slot of second or higher, you create or destroy 10 additional gallons of water. While the size of the cube increases. Oh, or the size of the cube increases by 5 feet, so it'll be like 35.
So it's not
35
a
foot
lot
cube.
more.
Yeah.
Well, of the cube, right? So that
Yeah.
means 5 in every direction.
Yeah. So it is quite a bit more.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll look around at all the fire and the flames, and I'll just kind of, I don't know, swing my hands around and try and cast as much of the create water in the direction of the flames as I possibly can. I'm assuming it's kind of on the roof and the walls.
Yeah. And the beams.
And the beams and stuff, but I'll try and get as much of it as possible. So yeah, I'll cast Create or Destroy Water as my action and say, I can't see a lever, but get ready to get wet, and I'll cast the
Water splashes down.
That's usually what I say.
when you get up on
And-
stage.
So there's the water just cascades, putting out the fire everywhere, dampening the smoke, cutting through it, and it's just, and also because you smashed through that hole in the roof, like the smoke has somewhere to escape to, and now it's just smoldering here, and there's still some fire up above deck, but it looks like it might be manageable enough that some other people, like with rain barrels, might be able to put it out, or you could use another spell next round to put it out. Like it's not. The ship isn't as much of an inferno as it was a few minutes ago,
Okay.
a few seconds ago. Because that's really, this fight's only been going on for like maybe a minute tops, right?
Right.
Fire hasn't had a chance. It's spread a lot because of the alcohol, but it hasn't really gone crazy out of control yet. East Burial, you want to make a look for that lever?
Yup.
Investigation or perception?
Oh, I can choose?
Yeah.
Okay. Perception. Hey, 18.
18. All right, you are able to find it. It was blocked by some crates that have been stacked up. That have been like you had to sort of go in between some of them to get to it. Like they weren't used to using this lever. They didn't need to let everybody get free so much.
Right. And I say, Remy! And you see the little go, and Explorio will start helping people as they get loose from the chains, and helping them back toward the ramp.
All right. No problem. You do so. What about Bug?
Bug. There's no vampires left visible, right? Because Zip
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah.
flung that
Zip.
one overboard.
That's right.
He takes a deep breath and then tries to see if he can. He's gonna look over the side of it actually and see if he sees anybody still floating in the water, or if like.
Perception check.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a natural one.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a jellyfish. Look at the jellyfish. I wonder what that would be
So
like
cool.
to eat.
Spicy.
If it's one of the poisonous ones, yeah.
Yeah. I guess he gets distracted then. So that will probably be his turn.
Now that the fire is mostly out and you do not see the vampires, I'm going to take you guys out of initiative to say, what do you guys want to do now that you can't see the vampires and none of them have shown up again? Because, you know, you guys have put the fire out, you've gotten the people off of that ship and onto the galleon or onto the sloop.
I think we should still try and sink the pirate ship
Yeah, I mean,
so that they can't come after us.
Spurl's first order would be to, after making sure that the prisoners are on probably on the money. I keep wanting to call it the magic. And then making sure that none of the vampires are visible anywhere.
Right? Do you want to give me a perception check to see if you can spot any vampires then?
Yeah. He would also send his unseen servant down around the bottom of the ship to see if they're like clinging on to the bow or the hull or anything. The keel. Other ship-y terms. Perception?
Yes.
Just a reminder, turn on dead only lasts for a minute. So they might, that if we're going out of initiative, might end sooner.
Yep.
9.
Okay. You don't spot any. Your unseen servant does not return.
Does that mean that the magic dissipated?
You can do an Arcana check.
18. Or 16, sorry.
16. Yeah, it's possible that it was dissipated. If it took damage, it disappears.
They
It's
saw it?
unseen. If it's unseen but it's underwater, it's seen, right? Like it displaces the water in the same way that you would like.
Underwater?
Yeah, like
Shapeless.
it's shapeless.
It's invisible, mindless, shapeless.
Oh,
I would think it would like maybe disrupt the top of the water, but underwater, maybe like that. Yeah, that's a hard thing to visualize.
It doesn't have any mass?
I don't understand how it's shapeless, but it picks things up and moves things around. Like, it must have some sort of, like, shapeless can mean like that it's a swirling mass rather than it's like, the outline of a person or something, right? Like,
It could be an Eldritch
It says it's
Horror.
Yeah, it could just be a magical force as well, like rather than
says
having
it's
mass.
It says it's a medium force, so I assume it's like telekinesis-ish or something.
It's magic.
it just feels like
is
a
magic.
first level invisibility, like unseen thing should not be foiled by, the type of thing you could use to get rid of an invisibility spell. Like if you, threw flour in a room and then you could see where, an invisible person was, right? I
Right,
figure
but
like
it can't really do anything besides, or it can't attack, so it doesn't have that sort of.
Yeah, it's not dangerous.
that's true, but it's still like it's something that, like, if it has no form, I don't understand how it can pick things up.
Magic.
But
I mean, how did Professor X pick things up?
His mind.
Okay.
That's fine. It's dead. Let's move on. We're dwelling on this way too much.
yeah, I'm gonna say that it does have some sort of form, whether it's like a wispy, something that's like,
I mean-
it doesn't have like a humanoid shape, but it has something that can be seen. If people can see ethereal or see invisible or things like that, they should still be able
I'm
to see.
sure with see invisible they'd be able to see it. Yeah, I just don't think that like it interacts with matter or water. I mean, you're the jam. Sorry, we can move on. No.
But it does occur to you that it's possible that it was killed while investigating the underside of the boats.
I think you can also determine how it looks as well, right? Like, or is that just kind of like flavor? You can be like,
Well, no,
look,
but it's unseen, so it doesn't look like anything.
right? Okay.
Visible, mindless, shapeless. It's entirely possible I can't actually use it to scout either if it's mindless. So it could be I can't actually see it. It just, or it can't actually report it back in that way.
Yeah, I've been.
Regardless,
I haven't really looked up exactly, what you're supposed to be able to do. You say, hey, I want you to go and fold my laundry for me and all that stuff and fix me up a chair. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's all fun. So I think we should be allowing that. But yeah, it does not return.
this makes the hair on the back of his Boreal's neck tingle. And he says, perhaps, do we have any way of scraping off the hull of the ship?
Who are you talking to?
Or actually,
Like,
I'm gonna see.
yeah, we should, let's say that you're all together and you're also with the Kodiak and the Elven hero and a couple of the mercenaries. You're all sort of like having a meeting to talk about what to do.
Okay, yeah. I'll assume this probably, he doesn't get these, he doesn't realize this until a bit later, so we can just talk about the other stuff first.
Best way to blow up a ship. Is it like gunpowder?
Magic?
Magic?
I don't have this magic though. Unless anybody else does.
Why would you want to blow up a ship? I mean, I hope you're not thinking of blowing up the money, because that is not cool. You're
Why
still
on earth
thinking
would
about.
I want to blow up the money? I want to blow up the pirate ship.
Okay, cool. But why do you want to blow it up?
So that they can't come after us.
I mean, we could, break the masts and things like that. We don't have to blow up the whole thing.
Okay, well, you're the ship guy. What's the best way to disable a ship?
Yeah, we'll take some saws to the masts. Take them down.
Let's just let's take the sails down and take them with us. Maybe we don't need to saw down a whole mast.
Sure.
Why not simply finish the job of setting it on fire? Now that there's no one else there.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Well,
Well,
if
I
it's
mean-
not on fire, we should loot it and see if they have any interesting treasure.
But what if
Yeah.
they come back now? I feel like we really just got to get rid of this ship. Because I'm pretty sure it's haunted.
I do not
Well-
think that we should leave without looking what's in there. We should prepare for them to come back, but we should all be together as a group and not split up. But it is also dangerous that, if we leave one ship unattended, they may take that one ship.
Right. I understand.
So we have.
What is
we
the
have
name of the Elven hero person?
So you're introduced to Vark Battlesnake, who is the captain of the Sea Stag, and she is, thanks you very much for the help, and has been talking back and forth with the Kodiak, who is still in Kodiak form, has not reverted back to their regular Elven form.
Has he been talking though?
Yes, he can talk in that form. He's not in like full bear. It's like the half bear, half humanoid type form.
Yeah. So I was just giving him significant looks when he thinks he's not looking, just like, this is weird. Does everyone know who it is though? Like, is it obvious at this point?
I think everybody on your ship would know. I think that. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
If you're studying him as well.
Dirty 20.
You think he maybe doesn't want Vark Battlesnake to know who he is.
Okay. And the people we freed, are they members of his crew?
A couple of them are, and a bunch of them are not. Not all of them are elves. There's some Wanti, and there's an Aarakocra, and a Tabaxi, and a dwarf, and an orc. There's a variety.
Okay.
And they're all, eating and drinking and, recuperating.
Well, I guess, I mean, I can go down there and check to see if they're like hanging on. And
What are you going to do if they are?
come back. I'm not gonna fight them myself.
I
Good
sent.
plan.
I sent my servant down to see if there were any hang on, and it wasn't. He hasn't come back yet.
Oh, that's.
Probably not a good sign.
Can those things like die? Do they have souls? Should I pray for it or like?
Well,
You should
that
pray
one-
that Sundar strikes them down with judgmental lightning bolts.
Well,
Some of them seem to go
Et cetera.
down after hitting them enough. And Thrill kind of looks at the elven captain, who seemed to kill some of them.
I think he's talking about the unseen servant. Should he say a prayer for the unseen servant?
Oh.
Is that what you're saying, bud?
Oh,
yeah, like it's an ally, and I mean, if it's dead, like
Point that. It's very untraceable. I can have another one in 10 minutes.
man, this is like giving Swell an existential crisis. You can just summon these beings, and then they die, and he's like, "Oh man, oh god." All right, well, I'm gonna. Might be dumb, but I'm gonna go for a swim and see if I can see him down there. But I'll stay away from the ship.
Dude.
How is well looking as far as like condition?
Dude, I don't think you should go down there, man. I mean, vampires have the ability to like hypnotize people and stuff, right?
But like, if they're holding on to the bottom of either of our ships, they can just like come back, like, and that's not cool.
Yeah, but it's also not cool meeting them where they're at the advantage. I mean,
Well, here's the thing: they can't swim as well as me because I'm the best swimmer ever. Really, like,
they
can
can,
just-
breathe underwater.
well, they
Oh, wait,
don't
so can
breathe.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
there's
like-
only like one of you.
I mean,
if you
there's
see them,
two,
they
'cause-
can come running back over here. Once they
There's-
know that we've seen them, they're
Well, that's-
probably not just going to keep hiding from there.
There's really always two, because like Sunda's always with me, so like there's that.
You
does
really want to meet your
12
maker, don't you?
how does everyone look health-wise?
Zip's looking pretty banged up,
Okay, I'm gonna. I can
but
only,
also pretty eager to go and cut down some masks. So
I'm
Well,
gonna
I
cast
think
Cure
if-
Wounds on Zip.
I was
Oh, Song of Rest. Is that what
Yeah.
you're thinking?
Isburiel was going to say, I think, well, if they actually are simply hanging on down there and not doing anything, I think we might be able to take a bit of a breather. Of course, they could also be taking a breather, so
Ooh, that's true.
but we need it as well, and we can take this time to completely scuttle their ship.
I would recommend. We think if we engage them, then perhaps they will damage the ships from below and scuttle us all.
Well, Zip, you get 10 points of healing.
thank you.
And Swell's looking terrible, so I think he's gonna cast the last Cure Wounds on himself. No one else is like Bug's fine. East is fine, right?
Yeah, largely.
Our crew's okay.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, Cure Wounds on myself as well. Oh my god.
Isburiel's going to recommend a short rest at any rate. While we do things like
You know what I recommend is we all hang out on the money and just get away from here, at least a little bit. And if they attack us, then we know they're on our boat. Maybe just investigate our boat to start with.
we can't leave the ship without the ship. And how is your ship doing? He says to the Elven captain. Is it seaworthy, or do you need to come onto the money with us?
No, our ship is quite well. We were able to defend it with honor. Many of our fighters gave their lives, but all of the crew that are below deck, they survived, and they seem to be here to cause bloodshed, not to ruin our ship.
That makes sense. Well, I think we should search the vampire ship and then get away and
Scuttle
set
it.
on fire.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably the best thing.
Hey, who has a saw? I'm ready. I'm ready to saw.
I mean, I got this axe. It's
That'll
also
do.
like a shovel, but all right. I guess you guys start looking while It's gonna take a while.
The crew of the money moved the boat away so that a mast doesn't fall on them.
Okay.
And the sea stag also, like, they get the planks off, so and move away a little bit so that if it gets destroyed.
You guys want to check it out while I do
Isburiel's
this?
going to spend the time. I guess Bug will start looking for stuff. Isburiel's going to start playing a soothing song
Okay.
to raise everyone's spirits.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not gonna chop it down until I'm gonna get it to a point where it's just like halfway done, so that way we still feel safe to look, and then when we're ready to get off the boat, I'm just gonna finish it off.
If anyone wants to roll any hit dice, you will get an extra 3 points.
Well, does this count as a short rest?
If it does, if a shot counts.
If you're exercising and cutting stuff down, then you're not short resting.
Okay.
Short rest would be light activity, like reading,
That's what I
knitting.
thought.
Where's the hit dice on D&D Beyond?
Good question.
I believe they're up in heal. Oh wait, no.
Not. Where are they?
Oh no, it's in short rest. So if you hit short rest,
Oh, okay. Okay, so you can just click how many dice you want to... I see, I see.
although that said, I don't think it actually rolls it for you. I think you have to manually roll them. That just marks off if you use them.
Oh, okay.
Explorer does say, I really don't see why we need to chop down the mastiff. They're simply going to be... Actually, yeah, I guess while they're doing that, so cancel that about the Song of Us. Just yet, while they're chopping down the mast, he's going to search the cabin, like the captain's quarters, I guess.
Yeah, I'm confused, because we can just set this thing on fire after we've looked at it, right? Like, if we searched it from...
Yeah,
Yeah, so...
that's why he's like, why?
Yeah,
Well, it's not going to burn immediately.
no.
I think we need to hedge our bets or whatever. Cut down the mast and then set it on fire.
There's such a thing as overkill, you know?
Not when it comes to vampires.
Okay,
Overkill? Never met her.
yeah, I'm gonna cut down the masts, because if they, like, try to come back afterwards, then I'm not gonna be able to sail the ship. If they come back on, put the flames out, then they might still have a ship they can come after us on. Anyway, cut down the masts. They're down. That's gonna be what I do.
Can I make a investigation check to see if I uncover anything?
Sure.
Yep. Got an 11 total.
11. Yeah, you find that they've got a bunch of trade goods. There's rum and there's like more expensive rum than you found floating. And a lot of, hammers and supplies, like nails, the type of stuff you would need to keep your boat running smoothly.
I'm going to take some of the rum and start spreading it over the ship, getting it ready to burn. As much flammable stuff as possible.
Okay. There's also a bunch of mirrors, full-length mirrors, and there's sand that has been scattered like in the bottom of the deck. Like there's just like big things of sand. Give me an investigation check specifically on that. I mean, that's something you can see.
I also want to ask Sutran about that, because she seemed to know something about. Because I sure don't, because I was a 6. I'll ask Sutran.
Sutran knows. Sutran got a nat 20. Sutran says, this is maybe, sometimes vampires have to sleep in coffins with the earth that they were buried in. Maybe this is their, like the sand. They're from the, the desert kingdom.
He starts picking up the sand and throwing it overboard.
I assume your unseen servant helps you with that.
Yeah. At some point, he probably resummoned it ritually, and tells it to scoop up sand and sweep it overboard.
Did you want to roll for Bug? Because Bug was also, you sent Bug investigating,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. He's probably looking for food. Mostly, but we'll see what else he sees. He rolled a 14.
14. He found no food because they only feed on people, but did find some maps and stuff in the captain's quarters that would, be useful for navigating and orienteering and things. Some of them could be worth money. Some of them might be helpful for finding specific things. He doesn't really know how to read them.
It puts them in Boxy. Would Boxy take some of the nails and or actually does Isbodel think the supplies for repair and whatnot would be helpful to the money?
If they
Or not worth it?
they might take a little bit to fix the damage from the fire and the force damage from the spells that were cast. But they wouldn't need like a lot because they probably have a lot of stuff and are trying to travel light.
Okay. Then once the sand is swept overboard, she's going to tell Logan that to take, some of the planks and the hammers and nails and whatever over to the money until they tell it to stop.
Yeah, they tell it to stop fairly quickly. They get a little bit, but they don't want it very much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once they've they're satisfied that they've searched the ship enough, as well, we'll start to chop down the masts.
All right. We chop down the
And I
mast.
guess once we're about to jump off, I'll light it up.
I'll angle it in a way so it'll fall to a side that there is no ship. So,
What are you trying to escape to? Do you want to get back on the galleon and then go to the sloop? Do you want to go right to the sloop? What's your plan?
To the money?
Can I get the servant to chop down the mast?
What's their
Too late.
strength?
Swell's already done it.
2.
I don't think their strength is going to be able to finish the job.
Well, just so that we can all be on another ship instead of having someone be left behind.
So yeah, I guess you all hop over to the money, and the ship is scuttled. You've like. Are you gonna
just
set it on
left
fire?
adrift.
Yes, set it on fire.
All right.
Light it up.
You throw the bottles of alcohol across that are lit on fire, and the ship goes up in a big flame. And this time, you guys met it when it was getting close to sundown, and the sun now is gone, and it is dark, and there's just this huge orangey yellow glow that's just lighting up the night, like this big bonfire pyre.
If I get a quiet moment with the captain, the elf captain, when no one else is around.
It's on a different ship, but
Okay, she's gone. All right, never mind. Doesn't matter.
I mean, if you want to go back over to the galleon,
well, did they just jump on their ship and be like, "Oh, cool, thanks, see you later," or are they kind of sticking around for a bit to make sure nothing jumps us while we're?
well, they're sort of seeing what you're feeling about this. Are you like, yeah, we want to make sure they're all safe, and we're going to stick around and travel with them for a bit? Or are you like, no, that's all we're doing. See you later.
Well, which way are they heading? If we rewinded a bit before we set a light to the vampire ship. So which way are you heading? Because we're going to Bright Palm. We can maybe shadow each other, make sure neither of us get jumped. Because I don't know if you need repairs or anything, but
That'll really slow us down if we're traveling at their speed, but we can do it if you want. Well, we were thinking about traveling somewhere else, but seeing as we need to resupply with the mercenaries and fighters, going to Bright Palm might not be the worst idea if we have allies. They'll go with us. But if this fellow here, and she pats the bear on the back, is going to stay with us, it makes us feel a lot safer.
is that
Oh.
what he wants to do? Is he going to stick around with
Perhaps.
them? Okay.
Maybe.
Because I was hoping to if I can get alone with the captain, just be like, "Hey, do you know this guy? His name's such and such. We ran into him at the thing. He seemed a bit shady, and I can't remember the actual bear guy's name. But
Velric Elderroot.
yeah, if I say Is it also Elven? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know him specifically, but I know his house.
Okay.
They're very much, seekers of fun and joy and alcohol and pleasure.
Do we
Okay.
know the Battlesnake House?
You
They sound basilic.
Yeah, they are. And their flag you recognized is the Sequoia Tower flag, which is one of the more militant groups. Their general feel about what they want to do is they want to try and recruit as much power as they can get out of the Rainbow Archipelago so that they can go and retake the stuff from their land from the hags that have made it grow wild.
Right.
And Battlesnake you recognize as one of the old strong houses that led wars and stuff, and now while they're not in charge, they're still considered a house full of very good warriors. You might find a Battlesnake who is a carpenter or a songwriter or something, but their family in general is known for picking up the sword.
I just wanted to get a feel of like what that guy was like.
And they don't know him specifically.
And then the crew members, do they have like a look of recognition when they see the bear guy? Are they like, okay, so they don't even know that he is...
Right.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll remind East Burial that in your backstory, I was mentioning that the idea of being somebody who can change shape like a lycanthrope, sort of Loki type figure is something that's, frowned upon and not trusted entirely within the Basilic Kingdom. And there may be reasons why he doesn't want to reveal himself.
I was going to say that when the golden Kodiak bear came back, his brother was like, and then looks at Swell and was like,
And look at him and look at you and just shrug and like... and just be like... like try and like give you like a wink, like don't say anything, because...
can Swell wink, or does he do like a Lucille Bluth kind of?
No, it's not like a wink like this. It's like a like a fish eye wink. No.
The Nick Tatum membrane.
I'm gonna roll a performance check to see if I can do like a just keep it on the DL. Nearly natural 20, 14. So
Sure.
yeah.
Sounds good.
So I'm just like like look at him, look at you, like significant glances, and then just like kind of shrug like slightly, and then just like this. Just like pretend like nothing happened.
And Isabella just blinks a little bit and does not say anything.
So they had said that the crew of the Money are like, if we go with them, it will be slow. If there's still vampires on their boat, it could be trouble for them, and maybe you want to be around for that fight, and maybe you don't. I don't know. It's up to you guys. So what's your decision before we, so I know what to plan for next week?
It's probably going to say, it would be a lot of trouble to have gone to all of this trouble and then just see them pathways and then 50 knots or whatever with nautical terms is away. They just suddenly go, and get taken over by vampires again.
Yeah.
How much time would it add to the voyage?
I mean, it depends on how long you're shadowing them. Like if the vampires attacked, in an hour, it's that an hour to your day. But if they wait a couple of days or a week, it would slow you down by a few days at least.
Sure. I mean, but if we're heading to, we're all heading to Break Realm, right?
Yeah.
So.
If you stay with them the whole journey, it could add another week.
let's play it by ear. Let's like stick together for a week and then like for a couple of days, and then if we think we're okay, if we're feeling good, then we can just take off. We can signal them with flags to say like good luck on your journey, we're going ahead or whatever. Right?
Yep, they all know semaphore.
But
All right. Well, with that in mind, I will prepare something for next week. Thank you guys for enjoying a wonderful game of Dungeons and Dragons with me. It was a fun one. I enjoyed all of the missteps and fumbles and awesome attacks that you guys did. So a couple of good wrestling moves.
Very poor rolls and very good rolls.
Mm.
So nothing happens when after setting the ship on fire and sailing away. Like there's no immediate reaction.
There's no immediate reaction.
Okay.
okay. My plan is in the morning after I'm all healed up and stuff, to maybe just get them to weigh anchor so I can do a little swim underneath to check.
Is Velric on this ship for now, or did he already go to the other ship?
He's staying on the galleon.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us on this quest, and we will see you next week for another magical marker. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.